Jail will not stop Andrew Tate. Jail won't stop Andrew Tate, and this isn't me going like woo Tate or anything like that. I'm just saying that um if y'all ever watched Dragon Ball Z History of Trunks, right? Before Gohan dies at the hands of spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this movie from 20 years ago, spoiler alert. When Gohan's final monologue to Android 17 and 18 before they give him the big yeet, they do give him the big yeet, spoiler alert. He says that what I am can't be destroyed. There will be another. He's talking about Trunks growing up, becoming Super Saiyan, taking him out. That's what he's talking about. And then they give him that big yeet. That's what I mean when I say jail won't stop Andrew Tate. I don't remember what I just said, but jail can't stop Andrew Tate. That's what I meant to say. If I didn't say it, I am so tired. I should be making a video right now. But the problem is, I was planning on making a video on the 31st, covering some key things throughout the year, being like, hey man, 2022 was crazy. And then I realized I'm omnipresent, right? I realized I'm omnipresent, and the last 5 years all merged into one, and I really have to write this down and maybe make a script, and I'll be lucky if it comes out by Saturday. I'll be lucky if it comes out by Saturday. But anyway, what I'm saying is Andrew Tate and red pill shenanigans, right? There are issues for men. American men, especially white men, on this issue. There's a lot of darker faces getting into the shenanigans, which for the brothers, you're black male, you're attractive, women want to sleep with you. Don't bother with this whole Andrew Tate red pill stuff. This is mainly, even though I do see brothers talking that nonsense, and not all of it's nonsense, which is why he has an appeal. Understand, not all of it is nonsense, and I'm about to break that down, and hopefully a better case that isn't women bad, right? Because a lot of them break it down. It's like, well, why is this stuff popular? And a lot of people are like, because women bad, Johnny. Don't you know women bad? I'm like, nah, dog, I love bitches. Not what I meant to say. But, but anyway, most of it comes off as women bad. Okay, take it. Now, anyone seeing this not from America, I'm sorry. This is going to have a very American spin on it because I am American. I've been in this country. I know a lot of the history in America. Okay, since the colonization started of America, basically this is how you got a woman. You would take a boat over here. The government would be like, hey, here's some land, here's some for 99% of people that came over here at that time. There's a 1% that America don't like to talk about, but I love talking about. But that one, we'll leave that out of it because this video is not for that right now. Basically, you took a boat over here, you walked in, the government was like, see those lands? See that acre? See that farmland? Have yourself some fun. And then you take some sticks, you build a house, you build a log cabin on some Abraham Lincoln shit. Maybe fight some Native Americans or whatever. And then you go down the market, right? You go down the market and you see a 12-year-old and you'd be like, and you walk up to her pops and be like, hey, I want that. And then the pops would be like, do you have land and shelter? Do you have land and shelter? Well, he's like, well, yeah, I got a farm and a log cabin. And the father would be like, oh, thank God. My wife's about to have triplets for the 7th time in 6 years. And we need more space in the house. Take her, get her out of here. And that was really easy. And that basically kept on until midway through the Industrial Revolution. It's like you were given property, Industrial Revolution, you became a renter. That's how it worked. And even through not owning your own property, the fact that women were massively disencouraged to work, whether that's be from the family, hey, don't work, find a husband, whether that be from the business being like, hey, we really don't have positions for your gender here. Women weren't legally allowed to have credit cards till the 80s, right? So even though we weren't having everyone coming in as property owners at that time, except for I think Germans were still coming in and being given free property. Besides that, yeah, everyone was swinging in. you'd still be able to go down the market. It'd be like, now they had laws at this point, so they'd be like, hey, you'd see you a 13-year-old now, no, not a 12-year-old. We were very progressive in 1920, but you'd see you a 13-year-old, and you go up to her dad and be like, hey, I want that. And the dad would be like, what do you got? He's like, oh, I rent a little condo. I rent a little condo for like $50 a month. And I get like $40 in food rations. And that would be like, thank God, take her. My wife is having her 5th set of twins in 4 years. And like, we need this bitch out of my house. And you'd be like, okay, cool. And then that's for most of American history. Like, that's how you picked up a woman and had her for the rest of your life. Because if she wanted to leave, we had laws against that. If in a lot of areas, they would just burn her at the stake for being a witch. No matter how hard you beat her, no matter what. So like, there are issues that men haven't evolved to women's liberation, and that's a big part of the day market. And it's something that like it's hard to talk about, and most people blame the women. It's like, well, no, the women were oppressed beforehand. Now they're not oppressed, and now you don't know how to pick up non-oppressed women. That's what the problem is. But no one wants to get into that, and as long as we don't have these realistic conversations about men's feelings, which don't exist, big alpha male here, men's feelings don't exist, but until we're ready to talk about men's feelings, there's going to be another Andrew Tate. You can lock him up, you could give him the big yeet tomorrow, but there's always going to be Andrew Tates, and there's for probably, I don't know, since like the creation of like talk radio and YouTube, there's probably been, I know for a fact there's been Andrew Tates before. I don't remember these guys because they weren't kickboxers. Most of them were old and fat, and Andrew Tate's like is he light skin or dark skin? Like, he kind of looks like a mixed dude, but he's from Romania, so he can't be mixed, I'm guessing. But he has like mixed dude skin, but he has like no African facial features. Like, there's no African on him. I wonder what he'd look like. I wonder what he'd look like with a full set of hair. I have no idea what race this is. Anyway, we got this guy that looks either tanned or light skinned. That used to be a kickboxer. Remember, he didn't make his money telling people red pill garbage and then get to a point. No, like, this dude was a kickboxer. And MMA is like the most alpha shit you can do in like 2023. He popped off in 2022, but in 2023. So like, this dude has like straight alpha credentials, and now he's telling you this, oh, woe is men shit, and which is, there is some woe there. It's not women bad though. People don't realize it's not women bad. We're just, our culture, our society isn't built for men to succeed in the sexual market and built for women's liberation at the same time. And it's really confusing to a lot of people. Good thing I am celibate, and I don't have to worry about any of that shit. Thank God. I'm celibate, and I don't have to worry about it. But a lot of people out there aren't like me. Just see, I'm celibate, and I like to be celibate. A lot of dudes, that's where we get the word incel. It's called involuntarily celibate. See, I don't want to have sex. They do, but they can't, and it gets in their feelings, which they shouldn't have because they're men. Okay, I don't believe that. I'm going to stop saying that. I don't believe it. Men have feelings, yada, 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 yada. I think it's very toxic to pretend we don't. I'm very pro-male crying, as long as it's not like every 2 days or anything like that. Like if you a dude and you want to cry like every 8 days, I'm fine with that. I'm fine. I think that's I think you gotta let it out sometimes. Me, on the other hand, not so likely. I don't really get my feelings like that because I am an alpha Tyrone. They don't call black dudes alpha chads. I keep forgetting because I'm so alpha. I can just be whatever I want. I'm Alpha John. Who cares? I'm just saying, it is what it is. And that's it. I gotta get ready for work. I probably should have made this video because I am tired as fuck. Peace.